We fundamentally haven't changed how we do things for nearly 2,000 years.
They're really good for you, they're good for the environment, but they're actually quite delicious as well.
70% of our guests love it, and the rest just don't want anything to do with it.
My name's Sky and I'm an entomologist. I breed insects for people to eat. We're the only supplier of edible insects in Australia, and between our sites we produce over 100 kilos of crickets. We start off with little baby crickets and then we feed them an organic diet of vegetables until they get to be adult crickets. It takes about 6 weeks to get them from an egg up into this harvestable size. Each female will lay about 1,000 little baby eggs. We freeze them down and then we roast them in the oven on a really low temperature so that it doesn't add any kinds of objectionable flavours to them. So we just want to make sure that they're nice and crunchy. I think the novelty factor of eating insects is still quite strong in Australia, and we do have a lot of restaurants that buy them simply on the novelty value, but we do have a lot of chefs as well that use them as a genuine flavoursome ingredient and a healthy ingredient.
I guess the allure of insects are they're a great source of protein and nutrition, incredibly easy to reproduce. Of course, the big thing you've got to get past is they don't really taste like a lot and they look like that. So, all right, see how much flavour we can get into these. Chili, garlic and onion. And straight in with these. That's it, little squeeze of lemon. Doesn't look too bad. Well, there's no problem cooking them. There's no degree of difficulty in actually making them, and they don't taste bad. You know, it'd actually be pretty hard to make this taste bad because they don't have a lot of flavour in them. Yeah, the challenge is not that. There are some pretty obvious other challenges to getting these onto dinner tables, and firstly, you know, would you even want to?
You have to remember that 2 billion people in the world eat insects as part of their normal diet. But I think we now have to ask the question, are people with Western upbringings wanting to eat insects? And in a way that we don't have that fear factor, or that yuck factor of eating a whole insect.
Animal protein has a real challenge around how it gets manufactured. The biggest challenge is that we need to have an awful lot of feed to feed the animals. And as a consequence, we also have a very big environmental impact. Insects are remarkably efficient at converting biomass into protein. They're about 48% efficiency in that area. That compares to a dairy cow that has about 3% efficiency. If you actually grind up the insects, they look like flour, like any other form of protein. If you look at it at the moment across the US in particular, you know, corn syrups and those sort of starch type products have become an everyday part of almost every food that is eaten. Could insects become the same? Absolutely. And we could be eating them without even realizing.
Looking for a beverage, I think I'll have a cricket shake, please.
Okay. Would you like a junior or regular?
Junior would be great.
We serve our milkshakes in a tin cup. We put in the 2 scoops of the cricket protein powder, and 2 scoops of the cricket protein powder breaks down to 96 crickets. And then you just blend it together, and there you go, you got your shake.
Oh my gosh, fantastic.
This all started as an April Fool's joke. I said, you know what? what happens if we come out with an insect milkshake or something like that? And then all of a sudden, we started to get press nationwide. And so we're like, oh my gosh, people are listening to us. Once you try it, or once one of our guests tries it, I feel like they're hooked, because it doesn't taste like you're drinking cricket. I don't know what people think when they're, oh my gosh, there's crickets, and I swear they think there's crickets literally floating around in the milkshake. And I'm like, no, you're not gonna have a leg on the side of your milkshake. It's gonna be okay. It's mind over matter.
We might balk at the idea of insects being snuck into what we eat, but they're already doing it. You know, the red food coloring that most of us have eaten all our lives is primarily crushed up bugs. You've probably had it on pill coatings, you've had it in cupcakes all over the place.
We have 800 million people who don't have enough food today. And with 2 billion more mouths coming into the world over the next 35 years, we've got to be innovative in our food system.
I really, truly believe that insects, and whether it's crickets or whether it's ants or whatever, will be out in the mainstream.
It's all about education, and with any kind of new food item, people need to learn how to use it and learn how to eat it before they'll adopt it, really.
I think that just makes so much sense that we will see insects becoming a bigger part of our diet. But I don't think you're going to sell this to families unless something big changes. That said, you know, marketing has showed us that you can sell just about anything to people.